So how do you finance a non-traditional real estate investment? This is Dave at TitleSearch.com, talking to our friends and colleagues at REI Club. If you're an investor and you're looking at either foreclosure auctions, tax deeds, some other non-traditional type of sale, and you want to fund those purchases, in many cases, a traditional, conventional mortgage process may not work because of the short term of the turnaround time on the transaction, because of some of the titling issues. You may have to come up with cash very quickly for a purchase with no contingencies on financing. If that's the case, there's a couple options you have. Obviously, hard money lenders sometimes will entertain these purchases. More often, a private lender or private investor having as a partner is a great way to go. How do you put this together? Well, an investor is not going to want to put their money at risk without having some security that it's not just going to disappear and go somewhere else. An excellent way to present this deal to an investor is, first of all, determine what options you have for people to have that kind of funds. Even if they're not intending to finance real estate or to finance your type of investment, you can still approach them with a deal something like this. You'll locate the property, you'll put together the due diligence and showing the comparable sales, the potential market, the potential profit on the deal. You have all that research done. You'll buy the property, and as part of them putting up the money, one of the biggest sources of insecurity is if they give you a check for $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000, they don't know if that check is actually going to be going to purchase that property. Even if you have a winning bid, you could take that check, cash it, go to Las Vegas, and be gone with their funds. So you can set up a side escrow so that it's not an escrow as part of the property, but an escrow company will ensure that their money is only to be used for funding a particular real estate purchase. And if necessary, there can even be a contingency that their security interest is reflected on the titling of that property. So you're kind of using a hybrid of the typical MLS realtor transaction system and doing a private escrow transaction. You may have to contact a title company or an escrow company to set that up, but they'll hold the funds, and they can deposit however much money you want to have negotiated from that investor. And then as you buy properties, their money is secured because they're listed on the titling of that property. There may be a security interest, and more importantly, the money can only be released by that escrow firm to fund this particular real estate transaction for a particular property that's been presented by you that has these upside potentials for profit. And whatever the value to that investor is, it may be a fixed interest rate, it may be a percentage of the deal, maybe a flat fee over a period of time. Whatever that arrangement is, that's between you and that investor. But there's different profit scenarios that you can put together. A great way to approach this is to have a short period of time, maybe 12 to 18 months, where you're going to use this money for a flat fee, and then put your conventional financing in place. If you're going to keep that property longer than a year and a half or 2 years, go ahead and use that investor money to do the deal, get into the property, and then replace it with a conventional, FHA or Fannie Mae type loan after the fact to get a better terms and conditions to hold that property. Even if you're going to flip it in a year or two, you might want to convert that to a non-hard money loan. If you have questions about doing due diligence or research on real estate, you can reach us at our website at TitleSearch.com.